Oh god, I had a burp. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Samantha. I'm a college YouTuber slash lifestyle vlogger, and I'm with my very close friend, Nicole. Hi. Today we're going to be talking about living at home versus living away for college. So we're just going to jump right into it.
So I actually went to UC Santa Barbara my first year of school, and then I came back to Bakersfield for my second year. So now we're both juniors.
As compared to me, I went to Cal State Bakersfield my first year, and then I transferred to UC Davis my second year. And we're going to talk about both of our experiences because we both lived away from home and also been at home. So I think we have a good perspective on both. First, we're going to start off with our very first year, our freshman year. So my freshman year, I graduated high school, obviously, and then I went to Cal State Bakersfield. During high school, I took a lot of AP classes. So for me, going to Cal State Bakersfield, it was a lot easier than when I was in high school. That's just my personal perspective. I know a lot of other people. Going to a CSU is significantly harder. For me, it wasn't. It was actually really easy and very natural. And it's a lot more freeing and just a lot more, just easier in every sense of the word. I met a lot of great people, and it was also really convenient because you gotta come back home whenever you want. You set your schedule to what you want. It's just really convenient overall. The only problem I had living at home was, I guess, lack of independence. Like, you weren't really completely on your own. You still depended on your family members a little bit. And also commuting gets a little annoying, like traveling every day, especially if you go to like a community college that isn't nearby your hometown or something. But I still loved the social support I got from home my first year. So yeah, I'd say that's my first year experience.
Wow, mine was a lot different. Like I've already mentioned, I went to UC Santa Barbara. I would say it's a pretty difficult school to get into.
Yeah.
I feel like that school though kind of more considers more your like personal statements than some of the other UCs do, which is cool. I really wish I could have gone back there my second year, but since it was so expensive, like that's one of the things you really need to keep in mind if you go to a UC. If you're not getting the help that you need, then you might want to consider maybe going to a JC your first couple of years, or finding out like how to get certain scholarships or grants or whatever so that you can afford it, because it was going to be like $35,000 for me if I went back, and I just $35,000 is a lot. You could do a lot with that money, so that's why I chose to stay home.
No one should ever be ashamed or anything for going to a CC, because I know that some people think that way and it's just wrong.
There's like no wrong route.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, no matter what route you take, as long as you get your degree, like you're good. Like don't think that because like, oh, she's going to a UC, like she's gonna do better than me. It's not like that. It's
what you do with your time there and how you apply it in the future.
Yeah.
I did it because I didn't feel like I was getting the most out of what I thought college should be. I wanted to get the full college experience. I wanted to leave home, and I wanted to be more academically challenged because I didn't think I was being challenged enough at the school I was at. Not saying that it can't be academically challenging, just for me, the classes I was taking, it wasn't. I decided to transfer, and luckily I got accepted as a sophomore transfer, which is not very common, so most people do transfer as a junior from a community college.
I would say that one of the biggest differences between going to CSUB for her or like TAF for me, like staying home, and going to UC is the difficulty of the classes.
Yeah, for sure.
I felt like a lot of the classes in Santa Barbara were a lot more interesting than anything offered at home.
Oh, definitely.
Like I took a class in dinosaurs, like I took a class in like European theater. Like the classes there are so diverse, and it's so much fun to take classes and stuff like that. And I took a class in Italian culture, and I loved that.
At UC Davis, I was taking a film studies course. I knew a friend that was taking a Simpsons class for a seminar. Like there's so many different types of classes you can take. There's a coffee making class. Like there's so many different things that you can do at a UC compared to like some CSUs or like a CC. I would consider that when you're applying for colleges.
Yeah, because a UC is more like a research facility. Yeah. So their teaching methods are going to be centered more on like research. Some of the reports I had to write, you really had to analyze and like figure things out for yourself, as were like a lot of the papers I've written at TAF. They were more just like your answers are like right there like on the page, you know. The tests were a lot harder at UC Santa Barbara than they were at TAF, because the tests that I took were not that difficult, but it was definitely like a lot more reading, and then you had to study a lot. So they won't give you a lot of homework, but they'll expect you to like come to class, have read everything, stuff like that.
I 100% agree. It's more like reading and understanding the material to prepare for tests that are going to be a lot harder than you study for, because like you can study for a while and you still will not get the grade that you want.
Yes,
so I mean,
honestly.
that like, for example, the class average for one of my classes was like a C. And these are all like really smart people. Like they're not slacking off. It's still the class average. Like, so don't expect just because you study to get a good grade on the test.
It's not like you're gonna get bad grades. Like I didn't get bad grades
me
in Santa Barbara. Like I didn't even get a C. I didn't even get a C.
Hello darkness, my old friend.
Like my GPA was like a lot lower than high school. I want to say almost like a 3.2, 3.3. So that's pretty good.
That's pretty good, yeah.
So study.
Yeah.
Study. That's my advice to you. Expect your GPA from high school to drop. Like they say a grade point, it could be a little bit less, a little bit more. I moved in with 2 roommates that I didn't know. Usually that's probably gonna be the way it goes if you're going to a UC, unless you do know someone. Both of my roommates were cool and all. Like I don't know, I didn't have a problem with them, but I feel like it would have been better if I had been closer friends with them, because it was kind of just more like I just live with them. Like that was our relationship. So
I would actually say the same for me. Me and my roommate, it was more like we were just roommates. We never became friends. She was like a great roommate. Like she was amazing. So I was lucky in that sense, I guess.
Both of my roommates were really cool too, but I think why I'm mentioning this is because I just want people to know that you can't just expect friendship.
Yeah, that's so true. Like,
you know,
I mean, the roommate will only accept as much as you give them. Like some people just don't really want to be
your
friends. I mean, don't take it personally. Maybe you just have different personalities. Maybe you just don't click.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah.
Like one of my roommates was just really shy. So, you know, it's probably just a combination of stuff. I also knew people that became really close with their roommates. Like, they're like best friends. Like, it just depends. I know it has like a reputation as like a party school, but if you don't want to party, you really don't have to. Like it's kind of one of those things that's optional.
Yeah.
Like
I think that goes for all schools, because UC Davis isn't known as like a party school, but I know lots of people that do party and that they don't party.
Keeping that in mind, if you walk down DP, you can find a party. Like almost every single weekend. Like it is cool.
Yeah. I think that applies for frat row too at Davis. If that's your thing, then I mean like join a fraternity or sorority and you're in. If it's not your thing, then you find other things to do too. So it's not like it's the end of the world.
When you go to UC Santa Barbara, I don't know if it's the same for all the UCs, but they will give you a bus pass for free. So that was cool, but just keep in mind that you will have to take the bus everywhere unless you bring a car.
Or a bike.
Or a bike.
From my school, pretty much everybody bikes everywhere, but I don't like biking. So I bus everywhere, and pretty much you just bring your student ID and show it to the person and you get on for free. So, I mean, that's pretty much your transportation while you're in college.
Yeah.
And it's pretty great. It worked out for me.
By the way, UC Santa Barbara really does have nice bike paths. I just want to point that out. But I just didn't use them very often. Keep in mind that everyone's experience is going to be different, so that what we say, like maybe you had a different experience, or you were like, no, I thought the classes were easy, or no, I thought they were really hard. Like, everyone's experience is different, and I hope that you guys all have a good one.
Yeah. I will see you guys next Sunday with another video. It will most likely be a DIY video.
Bye.